How you make your car last forever? Obviously, make a car last forever by never driving it, right? Buy it, throw it in the garage, put a cover over it, and just let it sit forever. However, I think that negates the point of this video when you're looking for how to make your daily driver last forever. A car that sits will inevitably rust, won't start after a while, and will require maintenance just like any other car. Not to mention that the place where it is stored can burn down or be wiped from the earth by any type of natural disaster. Goodbye, my sweet 1985 El Camino that I thought I'd run twice each summer and give to a great-grandchild that never really wanted an old gas guzzler in the first place. No, let's discuss what the reader is actually looking for. How to keep that 1995 Honda Civic with 300,000 miles running until the sun expands and wipes out planet Earth in a few billion years. We all know that person. You know, the one who has driven the Civic for the last 15 years, bought it new, and swears they will have it forever? Yeah, that person. You will ask, how have you kept it running so well for so long? They reply, well, I had to replace the engine last spring, the transmission the fall before that, the seats a few months ago, the timing belt a few times, and well, regular oil changes every 3,000 miles. Oh, so simple. So here we have the individual who values fixing their beater rather than replacing it after 120,000 miles because they hear a noise and lose faith. This fine individual is a rarity and treasure in our society as they value the old familiar rather than the latest greatest. They invariably have one particular mechanic on speed dial and would never ever let any other man or woman touch their baby. It's the car that's either always clean or has clearly never been washed. It perhaps is a door that's off by one or two color shades. It is a masterpiece, and a little part of us all wishes that we had the fortitude to keep a car as long. So how do you make your car last forever? You become this individual. For he or she, simply put, just does. They will drive that Civic until a tragic accident, it is stolen, or until death. They also are probably secret millionaires who could buy a Tesla today, but we never know it. To make a car last forever, embrace this mindset, for today's cars are well built and will outlast our joy of them. It seems today for me that making a car last forever isn't a concern or want. Many have not embraced the mentality of the individual described above. The lease for 3 years, then trade up. They swear they will never drive a car over 100,000 miles before getting something else. Their 2005 Grand Cherokee with 80,000 miles has been a great car, but those 2018 models look pretty dang good. Heck, with our trade-in, we save 8,000. Of course, that is not true, as spending 32,000 to save 8,000 is a fool's deed and unfortunately the mentality of many. The individual with the Civic spent 4,000 to keep that baby going another 300,000 miles. Who was smarter? Rambling aside, my point is that human beings lose faith in things not because they don't work or are unreliable. We lose faith because we yearn for the new and different. We yearn for the upgrade we don't really need. We, for some odd reason, like to be in debt when we could have bought that 2012 Prius with 150,000 miles for $8,000 and easily driven it another 150,000 miles without major issues. The bottom line is that few even want to try to make a car last forever. So where's the middle ground? Where does the everyday, normal, and rational individual lie when it comes to, shall we say, keeping the current commuter running well as long as possible? It must be somewhere in between the multi-million-mile machine and 15,000-mile lease. You see, this individual I observed as a child. This is the individual who buys either new or used and pledges to keep and maintain that car in good running order until about the 180 to 200,000 mile mark, wherein they will finally say, Woody, you've been a great van, but now it's time for greener pastures. This individual is truly the champion of the automotive longevity mindset. They have the courage to take a car to extreme high mileage, but the rationality to trade it in for something a little safer and perhaps more reliable. This makes perfect sense, especially since they probably have family they'd like to keep alive on that road trip to California planned for next summer. The fact of the matter when it comes to making a car last forever is actually quite boring, as facts tend to be. That's why I warmed you up with hot and heavy opinions. The fact is that after you've established that you will make your car last forever, you simply maintain it as necessary. Boom. That's really all. It's a mindset without much to do with economics or personal financial decisions. Changing the oil at designated intervals, following the manufacturer's maintenance schedule to a T, and driving your beauty gingerly is how to make your car last forever. Major collisions or burning the car to the ground are obviously things to avoid. Sure, at some long-distant 500,000 mile point, the maintenance costs may get out of hand, but if you are willing to pay, your car will last you forever. I literally mean that. Forever. As long as manufacturers make the necessary parts and the world doesn't end as we know it, that little two-seat Grand Am can be inherited by your favorite great grandchild. This has been USMC Saxoki. As always, live smarter, live simpler, live with more money. Saxoki your life. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. See you next time.